Harry Flower commented he wished for his old swing back, so I thought I would show him the major difference. And the major difference is spine angle. So first, let's check out Brooks Kepler. Look at the hands, the head, and the back at address compared to impact. All three are very similar. That's because Brooks maintains his spine angle. Through impact. Next, we have Flower's swing on his last vlog. Hands are different at impact. Head is way different at impact. But the real difference is Flower's back. He's losing his posture at impact. I include a drill at the end of this video that I highly recommend Flower to do. Next, we have Flower's swing from 3 years ago. The big difference is the back. His back position at address and impact is very similar. So, that tells me that the issue is not core strength. His core strength is fine. Flower can maintain his spine angle. He has just drifted into a poor posture at impact with his recent swing. So, Flower, my advice is be Brooks Kepler. Work on your spine angle through impact and watch the drill at the end of this video, which will help you do that. Okay, I better analyse Creature at the same time, to be fair. Creature's head position is good, not much difference there. However, the hips are coming forward quite a lot and the left shoulder is rising up. This is all caused by a lack of hip rotation through impact, which I know Creature is currently working on. It will be interesting to do this same analysis in a couple of weeks to see any changes. I'll leave you with a great drill by Peter Finch, which will help both Flower and Creature develop correct spine angle through impact, create a more consistent ball strike, and be Brooks Kepler. Thanks for watching.
Hi guys, Peter Finch here, and today we're going to talk about a great drill that you can use to help if you have something known as early extension in the golf swing. Now, early extension is when you get into a good posture, when you get set up to the ball, swing to the top, but then from here the hips begin to move forwards away from their original starting point, and you almost get a little bit flicky down through impact. It can cause a number of problems. If the hips move forwards towards the ball, there are a number of problems that can actually happen through the point of impact. But I've got a great little drill that you can use to kind of stop that. And you don't even need to go to the driving range. You can use this in your own home. Now, I've got here, quite simply, a nice stool. Lovely IKEA stool, not I suppose intended for this original purpose, but it works nonetheless. And this drill is all about repetition, because what this does, it really gets you feeling the differences that you want to be seeing if you do have that early extension and that early lift up of the spine angle. So really, really simple. I have my stool here, which I would normally say be eating breakfast off at my breakfast table, which I don't have, so I don't know why I'm saying this. It's in the studio, so this is where I sit down with my clients down here, and I've got this here just so it's resting up against my backside as I get into my posture position. Now, it's important for this that I can actually feel it. So I can actually feel it resting against my backside here, because what I want to know is if I move off it, I want to feel that drop in pressure of it actually pressing down onto the top of my back, the bottom of my back here. So it's kind of, you can either do it when it's pressing down onto the lower half of the back, pressing down onto the backside, or the very top of the thigh. One of these things will work, but as long as you can feel it there, you just don't want to not feel it. That's the real key. So get into that setup position where my hips are pressed against it. Now, what I want to be feeling here is that as I turn away, I can still feel, especially the backside of my right backside, the backside of my right backside, my back bum cheek, or the top, the bottom half of my lower back. Okay, I'm trying to skip around saying kind of like probably not kind of maybe PC words here. From now on, I'm just going to use backside. Backside seems like a nice word to use, better than arse or ass. I'm going to use backside. We'll use backside. So again, the setup, backside nicely pressed up against the stool, taking it away. And from here, you want to feel the right-hand half of your backside turning and actually touching the chair here. Now, on the way through, what you want to be feeling like is that the hips and the backside is actually sliding along the stool. And as you come down into impact, the left hip and the left backside are actually turning away and almost moving the stool out of the way. Now, you can see if you were to get into this position, from my original hip position and spine position to my spine position impact, you can almost see I've increased it slightly. And it's actually really not early extended at all. My hips are so far back and so far out of the way. And you can actually do this. I'll just move this slightly out of the way. If you don't mind the stairs at the driving range, you can actually do this within a drill hitting shots. Well, like I said, this is an indoor drill specifically, but just an indoor drill hitting shot. So turn away, right backside, and then that left hip bumping that stool back out of the way on the way through. So it's a drill you can use both indoors and outdoors. There's also something you can add to this, which I think is quite key. Give me one moment. Because one thing you do see with a lot of people who kind of possibly think that they early extend, but actually they don't really early extend that much, is when someone comes through impact and the right heel lifts up quite a long way. Now what happens then? People can still keep their hips back, but lift up their right leg, and it almost looks to them like their hips are moving forward and they're early extending. But you can add this little drill in here to the same kind of early extension drill and absolutely nail both points. Now what you want to do in this example is get an alignment stick so it's just pressed down underneath your right foot, as you can see here. Backside against the stool again, taking it away, right hand backside, moving those hips through and pushing it away, but at the same time actually maintaining the right foot here down on the alignment stick. The only real feeling you want with that right foot is that it's almost rolling off the side. So just to give you a bit of a different perspective on this. And like I said, this is so much a drill which is kind of based on just repetition and repetition of it, because what you can do in the winter, which you might not have time to do in the summer, is literally just go to your garage, go to your spare room, or straight in front of the TV and annoy the rest of the family, and just work on stuff in the warmth of your own home. And you can work on stuff and practice stuff, and without even really knowing you will actually improve. It is something that works, honestly, trust me. So getting in that setup position, you can see in the middle of my right foot here, hips pressed back against the stool, taking it away, maintaining the spine angle, right backside onto the stool, sliding along, bumping the left hip, turning the left hip up and out of the way and almost feeling like that stool is moving back whilst rolling that right foot or keeping that right foot nice and stable before moving through into an impact position. And it is really as simple as that. And like I said, it's just doing that kind of time and time again. Right, guys, let me know what you think. Please subscribe to the channel. As always, comment in the box below and let me know any questions that you have. I'll try to get back to as many as possible. Follow me on my other social media platforms as well, and we will see you down here next time.
Right guys, slightly different lesson here. It's Mark Crossfield here with you today, and I've got James here also, so medium James that you might have seen from some of my other videos. I'm just going to show you what I've been doing with James a little bit to try and help him with his very classic problem of early extension, so coming in and hit the ball and pushing his hips forwards. He's going to hit a few shots. We've got a drill which we're going to show you, and then we're going to show you the results on the computer, and hopefully you'll get an idea of how to improve your swings through this little drill. And give you an idea of maybe why you are early extending. So let's get stuck in. Right, so we're here with medium James. He's going to hit some shots for me. So James, what I want you to do is just hit some shots like you normally would, as if you were just practicing from day to day. So James is going to hit a few shots one way. I'm going to get him to hit shots in a second way, which we'll show you, and I'm going to show you then a difference. Right, James, when you're ready, I'll capture, you hit one. Okay, it's a good hit. It's like push, but take it. Okay, we got that one. So James, if you just drop your shoes off. So what we're going to do now, I'm just going to get James to take his shoes off, and we're going to use these two kind of stability balls here, get him to hit a couple of shots off these, if you can get them in the right place. And what you're going to find, or I'll show you the results in a second, so if you get them in the right place, he's got no shoes on, so it can really make him feel where his balance is. Think about early extension. If you're moving your weight around in a forwards and backwards way, it's going to affect your balance completely. So you feel like you're in the right place, a bit close?
Yeah, a little bit close.
Just moving back a little bit. And then we're going to show you the results of this. Okay, that's good. And you're ready, James. So James is going to hit Sean off the stability ball. So he's going to hit it as hard as he can without losing his balance. Excellent. Yeah, good hit from there. Right, let's go to the computer and show you what's happening when James is hitting shots off these two kids here. Right, so we're at the computer, and we're just going to show you the two swings that we did with James. So we've got, one's on the left here is when he's hitting from the balls, and the one on the right here is just his normal shot. So we're going to just show you the early extension here. So if I put a line on his backside, what you're going to notice is this movement here where he's pushing forward of this line, so changing his posture angles, rounding his back and pushing forwards. Now what happens if we show you from the two shots on the balls. Now this is something James has worked on for 2 years, maybe more, something he's always been aware of in his shot, never really been able to achieve a different position. But as soon as we take that surface away, they've given him that stability, so we take the ground away and he starts becoming much more aware of where his balance is as he's turning. It's a fantastically different impact position, as you can see there. So this is a great way for James to fix this problem. What he's going to do is actually do reps rather than hit shots. He can hit a few if he wants to, but he's doing it at home. He's just doing practice swings on these two round balls to give him some feeling of how to stay much more stable as he rotates through impact, get better strikes, better shots. And James certainly feels this is something that can really help him with his driver, where he tends to really early extend and feels like he comes from the inside too much and flips the club over, which is something we talk about a lot in lessons. I just wanted to share this with you guys today, just to show you the difference that James is making in such a small time. He's hitting positions that he's never hit before, just by thinking about his swing in a different way, thinking about where his balance is, and just with a very simple drill to help him play some better golf. So I hope this gives you guys an idea of how maybe you're failing or winning when you're out there. Certainly if you're someone trying to hit out of your boots or really push your weight forward as you turn, you can see when James takes that stability away from the ground, eases off the pace, he can completely change the angles. Once he gets a feel of the right angles, then what he'll do is work on bringing that pace back into it. Hope this helps. Let me know what you think. Post comments down below. I'd love to hear what you've got to say. So if you like what's going on here, don't be afraid to subscribe to the channel. Also thumbs up the video, post comments. Love to hear what you guys got to say. Let's keep it social. The more we talk, the more we share, the easier this game will get for everybody. So if you want to find me on Facebook here, you can find me on Facebook. If you want to tweet me, find me on Twitter here as well. Just follow the links, all in the description. Come and join the show. Get active, get involved, get playing some better golf. Thanks for watching.